Hello, my name is Kenny Carfagno, and today I am going to discuss the question, how much does it cost to fix your own computer? Before I get into exactly how much it costs to fix a computer, first I'm going to go over the parts that may need to get replaced or fixed in any given computer or laptop. This, as you can see here, is a Dell XPS laptop. They are not a sponsor of today's video. There may be many possible things that can get broken that need to get fixed, anywhere from the software on the actual laptop to a motherboard, which is under the keyboard, RAM, random access memory, those little chips, and hard drives, any small parts that may get broken. The charger can get broken. You may need a new screen, which is probably one of the big ones that may need to get fixed. Keyboard and mouse, or in this case, it's trackpad. That's just about all that could get broken in any given computer. There's some smaller details I may have missed. I am not trying to get every single thing, but those are the main parts. Disclaimer: if you break any computers in the process of watching this video or any of my other computer videos, I am not taking any responsibility for the breakage that may occur. Let's get back to the video. Now for the actual replacement parts. As you can see here, I am on eBay. This is where I like to buy all of my parts, and I've been using them for 2 years and have been very happy with them. The first thing that we're going to look at replacing is software. For that kind of fix, it's not really something you buy on eBay. It's anywhere from like something free, a free software, to maybe like a $10 software, but it's not really that expensive to get some sort of software fix in your computer. It'll probably take some time, definitely like searching on Google or forums to find the answers, but it's pretty much a free thing most of the time. And for actual physical parts, first we'll look at the motherboard. A replacement motherboard I have found is somewhere usually between $50 and $100 to get any replacements. Some, like this one here, even as low as like $35. It really depends on what kind of motherboard you would like as a replacement. Sometimes, especially with laptops, it may be better just to replace the entire laptop. But if you really want to fix the thing, you could probably get a decent motherboard for around $50 to $100, like I said before. And then the next thing, RAM, random access memory. I have found personally that it costs about $7.50 per gigabyte. For laptop RAM, like this one here, it's 16 gigabytes and it's $60, which is, like I said, $7.50 per gigabyte of RAM. So I usually use that rule. I have found that it's usually the same for most RAM that I get, especially the nicer ones and the newer ones. And then for the hard drive, they're also abbreviated by HDD, hard disk drive. These ones specifically here are mostly desktops, which are 3.5 inch. I will be looking for 2.5 inch just because the main thing I do here is laptops. As you can see here, they're not too expensive. Probably get a new one, which are probably a bit better for it. Let's see, where's new? There we go. Sorted by new. Just see the new ones. They're not too expensive, like $70 for 2 terabytes, which is pretty good. SSDs, solid state drives, are a little bit more expensive because they have less mechanical parts, but it's more complicated the way they're built, and they're a lot safer for storage long term. They're a bit more expensive. This is only 240 gigabytes and it's $40, which is about right. Like you can see here, they're not too expensive, but they're not very high in storage. The highest I've really seen is like 1 terabyte SSD. So that is the hard drives. For most small parts that you'll search for You'll have to look at them specifically, but usually it doesn't get above 30 bucks. Not too expensive for small stuff. So it's quite inside your budget, most likely, for anything small that may be broken on your computer, as long as you can replace it. Chargers, laptop chargers. For those who have desktops, it's a bit more expensive to get a power supply, as they're around 30 bucks, but most laptop chargers are about $10. This one's $20, $10 to $20, which is pretty good. You can even get something like this, universal, which supports just about every laptop, and that's only like 15 bucks, so that's pretty good. And then finally, for keyboard and mice. Keyboard. Specifically, laptop keyboard. Here's a keyboard. 15 bucks. 10 bucks. They're not too expensive to get keyboards. And they're all about the same price. So you have to search specifically for the keyboard that you may want for your laptop and need for your laptop. But they're not too expensive, and most of these parts you can find something specifically for your laptop, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. And then laptop mouse, or more specifically laptop trackpad. They're also pretty cheap, like keyboards, so it's really not bad to just get a trackpad if yours is broken versus trying to replace the entire part. Like that, you really don't need to replace the entire keyboard, trackpad, surface. It's pretty good usually. You can get a decent trackpad anywhere from about 20 to 30, 40 bucks, which, if that's all it takes to fix your computer, a new trackpad, a new keyboard, it's really not too expensive to fix your computer, even though your computer may not be the most expensive to get a new one. So in most cases, it's worth it to get your computer fixed and fix it yourself over buying a new one. Probably the most common replacement part you may need is a laptop screen. Surprisingly, they're not that expensive. They're only, what, 50, 60 bucks here? Now, touchscreens are a lot more expensive and harder to do, especially if you're new. I don't recommend trying to fix a touchscreen. I personally do not have a good track record with those just because they are so hard to replace with all the different layers. But for any LED, LCD screen, they're pretty simple to replace and they're not too expensive. And they do have whole screen assemblies. You gotta look up screen assembly. And you can get the entire screen set up for pretty cheap too. So that's how much a screen costs. From just what I've seen with these part replacement costs, and especially compared to just getting your computer fixed at a shop, it's much cheaper. Anywhere from $0 to getting it just a software fix to $300 if you maybe have to replace all of the parts. Probably at that point, you probably wouldn't even replace all the parts. You'd probably just get a whole new computer, depending on how expensive it is. But that's beyond the point. It costs a lot less to fix your own computer. Sure, you have to spend some time on it, but how much does that really matter if you want to save some money and fix it yourself? And it'll help grow you in knowledge too, because you're making your mind be active, which is probably also healthier for your brain too. So there are a lot of benefits to fixing your own computers. And it's not too hard. As long as you have a couple screwdrivers, you're good. If you have any specific videos you would like me to make in the future, please let me know in the comments. I can do anything related to computer repair, desktop repair, any of that type of stuff. Online fixes, malware, just send me a comment and I can make that video just to help you out. Because that's really what I'm here for, to help you guys solve your computer problems. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions on this topic, feel free to leave a comment and I will answer your questions. Please leave a like and subscribe as it will help my channel out, and I will see you next video.